You need to see to navigate. If you're good, a compass, a map, and a stopwatch. You can go anywhere you want to go, as long as the map's accurate. During the Second World War, at one table in there I was talking about, ship was in combat. She'd been strafed a few times by Japanese fighter planes, torpedo bombers, so on and so forth. There was a young man whose whole purpose in life was to stay at that table right there where those pictures were and record things. He was a quartermaster. And that was his job, record things going on the bridge. My brother was doing a tour on the ship one time. He just kind of started and was, doing his thing. Are you uncomfortable yet?
A little bit.
Are you? It's not too uncomfortable. No goosebumps yet.
It's a good scene.
Do you want to get down?
No, it's a good
Okay.
scene.
All right. We can fix that. On tape. Anyway, he was telling a story. He was in there telling a story. And those pictures that I was showing you, like the secondary con and so on and so forth, during the course of his story, he couldn't remember the name of the spot he was trying to talk about during this one battle the ship was in. Well, the picture kept falling over. Well, there's no wind. The portholes are all closed. There's no breeze. But every time he'd get to that one point in the story, he's like, I just can't remember where it was. The picture would fall over. So the group that was up here left, and he's kind of standing, he's scratching his head, going, now my brother's a retired Marine, so I have to talk really slow and use small words. He's here today, so I can get away with this. He's sitting there, and then it dawns on him, I know, and he looks at the map, and the picture had fallen over again. Well, the point of the picture had fallen over right on the spot on the map of the battle he was talking about. Because it kept falling in the same spot every single time. Did it about 8 times. He's like, well, during that battle, the young man who was stationed in that spot right there had been hit. A round had come through one of these small openings into the pilot house and killed him right there. So the longer he thought about it, the more he talked about it with the next group, and he remembered the name, the picture didn't fall over. The group that came by after that, the third group, he didn't say the name, the sign would, the picture would fall over. Something creepy? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not.
So what was the name of that spot?
I honestly don't remember. It was during the Battle of Santa Cruz. So, and the map that was there isn't there anymore. But there was a certain spot during that battle. CV-8, the Hornet before this, we had to scuttle her in the Battle of Santa Cruz. She took so much damage. The Japanese knew they had to sink her to save face, because that was the ship that took the Doodle Raiders in to bomb the Japanese mainland after the war started. They put B-25s on the flight deck and sailed them over there and, made the first strike against the Japanese homeland. So to save face, it's an honor thing, They had to get that ship, and they did. They tore her up. So they had to sink her. And during that battle is when the young man who was in that spot was killed.